Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I'm here with this season's Elite Showdown. It's beta forever, so we don't have to fix it. Elite Showdown for this season, and I'm using the LB NSX. It's maxed out, but no elite levels. But it's a good car, and it's somewhat competitive in the rankings that we have now. Day one is always rough because you get a lot of guys that are fully maxed. Or you get a lot of guys that are not only fully maxed, but has plenty of elite levels. The one thing to note for elite levels is that elite basically is, in a sense, the reward from natural motion to players that are willing to spend either money, time, or by magic, get those tokens and get the car elited up. Once you elite past level 30, you get fusion slots. Once you get fusion slots, the car's performance completely changes, and regular cars are no longer competition for you. So that's the beauty of Elite, and the Elite Showdown naturally by name means that he who is Elite shall win. Okay, unless the other guy's Elite level 50 like you are with the same car, and you guys have this ultimate tune and ultimate driving technique. So bottom line is, for the rest of us who are regular people that does not have fully elited cars, we will not have the benefit of beating those guys who are elited. So therefore, this is not a competition that's designed to be fair in a sense. So you have two categories. You have the non-elites, the schlebs, and then you have the elites. Okay, and the elite guys are just going to laugh their way down the track as they beat you. That's the reality. Unless you're someone who can't stand that kind of thing, you just have to suck it up. So when we play these, the real goal here is get the resources. This is not real, in my mind, competition. Now, obviously, it is real competition if the other guy is not elite ranked and you're using the same max car. That is still good competition. It's just that, you know, once you get to a certain point in the trophy ranks, you're going to start running into a lot of elite guys. The other thing you have to understand is first day, you're going to get beat quite a few times because this is when the guys with the best cars first start. They're the first to jump in. So a lot of players have learned that if they don't have a max car or they have a partially built car, to wait a few days before jumping into these showdowns so that you can get a little further, little easier. But as these top guys are passing through, if you run into them and you matchmake with them, you're going to lose. So take the wins and the losses. You know, don't let it get you upset. It's not really worth being upset over. Right now, I'm looking at cars. As long as they're not elite level 30 and above, I'm not particularly concerned. It's going to be relatively fair fight when it comes to you know, the two cars getting down the track here. Now, the LB, again, in my mind, has the best advantage without elite upgrades. Better than the RX-7, better than the regular NSX, and certainly much faster than the Nissan Silvia. In fact, I haven't seen a single Nissan Silvia yet. Pretty much all I've seen are either RX-7 NSX or LB NSX. As you can see, a maxed LB can get 10.4s pretty easily. I think the Zoo cartoon and shift pattern that I watched indicates that it can do a 10.471. Obviously, I never hit those times that are shown by Zookar's videos, so I'm perfectly happy with my 10.49s when I get them. Most of the time, you're going to be in the 10.5s. Okay, it's a pretty straightforward tune, but a good tune and a good shift pattern, and sometimes identical cars, that tune and that shift pattern makes all the difference between winning and losing. And I'm not actually shifting his way exactly. I think he has a much more, Zukar has a much more specific shift points. I'm just kind of winging it. That's why I'm not able to duplicate his exact time. Okay, so again, so far in this kind of a rank, I'm doing all right. My other account, I've already made it to 1300. Pulled at stage 6 and then realized, of course, I have a fully maxed LB GT M3 LB M3 GTS, so I didn't really need the stage 6. So, but it's still good that I did through the 40 races to get there because, you get rewards and some RP. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that this account can actually use possibly the stage 6 if I get there. But the other one, I kind of did it and then realized, oh, wait, I could use it, but I don't really need it. All right, that was a bad launch. I'm going to lose that anyway. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll win. I really thought I was going to lose that because I launched it too early. And anytime you launch it too early on this car and then you jump to second gear, you're going to actually slow down a lot. So that could have been a 10.6 run. Yeah, almost 10.584. And I know that was a bad run, but fortunately, I still made it through. So collect my 20,000 points. That's good. I have a lot of races to go to get to 1,300. So far so good though with this account. This is actually the milestone color. If I notice something that when you go into Showdown, for whatever reason with this particular racetrack, some of the colors look different. Because this should be a green. It looks more mustard yellow to me right now than green. And some of my other cars, when it comes in here, also has that kind of weird color change effect. I think that's something to do with the way the coloration is on this particular track. But, I just noticed it more because in the garage in here, it looks very different. Okay, so far so good. Holding my own here without any elite upgrades. And doing pretty well against most of these cars. Again, the RX-7 is not a bad choice, but I find it difficult to hit those 10.5s even, and I find it much easier with the LB NSX to hit low 10.5 to high 10.4s. So for me, it's a better choice, and that is why I'm running this particular car. If you're looking to run these Elite Showdowns all the time, you really have to consider how you're going to get all that tokens to run this thing, because it's not easy to elite upgrade any of these cars up to rank 30 where it really starts to shine. And even if you do one car, you can bet almost the next season it's going to be a different car, and this one's not going to be useful. So remember a few seasons ago it was the C8. A lot of people upgraded that. I did, and then because I like the car. And then I know that next 2 seasons, of course, it's no longer the top choice, and slowly but surely it no longer is being used in these Elite Showdowns. And now you have to build the next car and then the next car. It never ends. And that's what's intended by the developers, of course, to one, have you want to fight for these tokens, and 2, for you to potentially want to buy them, and then always have a car that you have to upgrade. So it's a never-ending cycle of spending, earning, spending, earning. And that's what keeps you going in the game and what keeps them highly paid. Okay, here we go. Once again. Now, again, I'm perfectly satisfied to run a non-elite car in the Showdown, get as far as I can, and then just go from there. I don't feel like I'm being deprived here if I don't have a elite car, since I know when the competition is competition, and I also know when I'm losing, because the guy has level rank 40 elite whatevers. I'm going to lose. That's okay. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I just want to try to do the best I can with what I have and get as far as I can with what I have. Now, on my newest account, which I think is worth mentioning, is that I don't have even a car to run the Showdown. Not to mention a built car, but I don't even have a car that'll run it. You can buy the RX-7 right now for gold. It's not a bad car, but let's be honest, Mazda Fusions, Mazda RX-7 parts, it's going to take much longer than it's worthwhile of my gold for me to buy this car now. I'd rather wait until it's some kind of other, needed event car or something, and then do it then. Okay, again, I'm doing pretty good here because I'm still like around the 1,000 mark with this account, and therefore I am able to take on mostly non-elite level opponents, and I'm still climbing the ranks relatively steadily. 2,000 plus ranks usually are not that bad yet. Once you get up in the under 1,000, it's going to get real tough. But so far so good. I'm actually pulling through here. Again, depending on what the elite rank is, that's where these RX-7s could just run off on you and disappear. Okay, let's see what we got. Now, because this car has so many gears, I don't actually even look up. I'm just looking at the tach the whole time I'm driving it until 9th gear. Then I look up to see if I'm catching up or not. So a lot of times I don't even know how far the guy is ahead of me because I'm only focused on my shifting. Okay, so did all right there, got through, and got myself 50 of these red chips, which are really important when you get to that last 10 elite ranks when you're trying to get to rank 50. Okay, so 1127. Again, this account I really want that stage 6, so I'm going to try to push as fast as I can towards it and keep my fingers crossed that I'm actually going to get to it. Oh, lose. That's going to be a loss. This thing's going to run like 9.8. That gold elite thing tells me I'm going to lose. All right? Doesn't mean I'm not going to run it hard. You know, it's still a race. You're still going to do the best you can, but I know what I'm looking at. I'm going to lose. Okay, so that there's right there the ultimate thing about Showdown's difficult enough that you need a fully maxed car just to really be that competitive. And once you introduce this whole elite thing, it's kind of silly at that point. You know, walk in, take my loss, move on, hope the next guy isn't a fully elite car. That's all you can do. So it's not a real competition when it comes to, you know, a fully elite car versus no matter what else. Okay, this one looks like it's competitive for me at least. So I'm going to try my best here. Ooh, botched that a little bit. That was real late. Yeah. Oh, and I hit nitrous early. Oh, God. I'm going to lose. Oh, no. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Yes. Woo. All right. Hit nitrous in 6th. I should have hit it in 7th. Not sure if that really made a difference in that run, though. But I also launched real late. Oh. Oh, boy. I squeezed that one out. I wasn't expecting to win that. Okay. Whew. Okay. All right. All right. Still climbing. 1138. I'm about 170 trophies away. Every win is usually around 30 some trophies. So you figure that's like 6 wins, 5-6 wins away. But every loss is downwards of 20 trophies. So you got to compensate for that if you lose. Okay. Not the greatest launch there, but I think he's tuned differently than I am, and he's launching differently, so that is why I won that one. That one, the way he launched out, looks like it's more aggressive setup for probably running through the first few gears instead of, so that's a 1445 tune. I'm on the 1444. There's no real difference there, I think. But my top, so he's probably missing, might be missing fusions or running a slightly different tune, one or the other, or both, because it definitely looked like the entire way that car reacted down the track was completely different than the way my car did. All right, let's see here. Now, rank 20 sounds impressive, but it's all cosmetic so far. So this one I have a chance still. Once it's over rank 30, I'm done. But this one, I can still possibly beat him based on purely on driving and shifting, because we are really still the same car. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. You're going to spend a lot of tokens for that first 25, 30 ranks, up to 29 ranks. It's mostly cosmetic stuff. You might get a stage 6, you get some fusions, but pretty much it changes nothing as far as getting performance. So if you're going to elite a car to try to win, you're going to have to elite it past 30 all the way to hopefully 50. 30, I think it's 30, 40, 43, or 45. You get fusions. That's all you care about. Every one of those fusions is going to bump up your performance, and therefore you can get far. Again, RX-7 rank 13, I don't fear it because no extra fusions that I know of, and therefore I can win. Now, RX-7s are always going to run out on you because that's the way they are. They're very fast in the beginning, and that one is well driven. Actually, I think I almost lost that one. Let me see what he ran. I know I did okay, but 502, 562. So yeah, fully maxed, well driven. but not extra fast because no extra fusions. Okay, 1200, here we come. Let's see what I face. So I'm getting close to that 1300. I would like to get through it, see if I get a duplicate or not. That's of course the other negative. You work hard, you get to 1300, boom, duplicates, and that S6 is completely wasted. And this car is not new, so I don't need every stage 6. I just need certain stage 6. Okay, again, trying to run this as best as I can, and I can't look up until I hit 9th gear, and then I look up and I see if I'm catching them or not. Very close again, but this is why, again, I think, you know, without the elite levels being accounted for, the LB NSX has the advantage. Okay, and I'm doing pretty good. Now I'm at 1236. There's your stage 6. This is where it's going to get tricky, because now you're hitting about 1000 rank. You're going to start running into a lot more elite cars. It's just until if those are 3 days into it, no. But day 1, we're on day 1, so you're going to start running into some good drivers, elite cars, people that are also pushing hard. So I got to be very careful here. I may lose if I'm not careful enough. Okay, so I don't know what happened to him, and it looks like some kind of botched launch on their part, because that's really way back there. But I'll take my win, because this puts me one step closer to that 1300. Okay, so another piece, and I've said this before, being consistent is more important than being fast once in a while. So even though I never really hit 10.4s much, as long as I keep doing those 10.5 and change consistently, I still have a chance. Okay, this is an automatic loss. That's a fully elite car, so he's going to run off on me, and that's that. But it's okay. You only lose about 2/3 of what you... Ooh, wow, what did I just do there? That was a really bad launch. Too early. But whatever. I'll still take my best shot. Man, I could have won that, actually. Okay. Never give up too easily. I think I was too busy thinking I'm going to lose and talking. I didn't. 4-6. No, I wouldn't have won that. I would have lost anyway. All right, so, but at least it wasn't like he didn't totally destroy me outright. Could have been worse. So when you lose points, you lose like 20-something. When you win 30-something. So understand the game is trying to slowly help you towards moving up. So don't get too upset on losses, unless you get like 10 of them in a row. Then be upset. But if you get like one here, one there, as long as you're kind of winning more than you're losing, don't get too stressed. You will climb up to that goal. It's just a matter of putting your head down, getting through it, and doing what you have to do to get it. Now this one is going to be rough because I launched early. And the guy's, oh wow, he must be really elite. I didn't even watch where he was at. So that one's going to be done. 2 losses in a row will bump me back towards the low 1200s. So now I need 3 to 4 wins in a row to get through. 9.3, huh? 2092. Interesting. That's crazy fast. But what that also means is if those guys are in live in the 9.3 lobbies, T5 cars that runs in that lobby that runs 8.9s will, you know, kind of wreck them. So, all right, another loss. So I'm getting 3 in a row here of almost fully elite cars. One of the strategy here is you might want to go ahead and leave Showdown and then come back, because if you stay in here and that's what matchmaking's working on, you're not going to win. You're going to, you know. The other thing is, though, speaking of that, if I get knocked down enough trophies, I'm going to matchmake to new cars anyway. So it's not a big deal. But 1300, again, today it's still going to be a tough goal because of all these guys popping out right here. So I just went from close to that right back down to 1223, which is now far from my goal. If I get to the point where I have to add gas, I'm just going to go ahead and call it. Wait till tomorrow to get to 1300. There's no rush to get to it. Oh wait, 1198. So it counted an extra loss, or it failed to count an extra loss earlier, and now so if I win this, I'll be back in the 1220s. Okay, Okay, now I'm launching too early again. I really got to get more patient on that. And I hit nitrous early too. Not good at all. All right, so I kind of botched that one. See, too much talking, too little focus, not good. That's a one fast NSX too, so I wasn't going to beat him either way because I haven't really hit 10.48 yet. All right, so 1174 dropping immediately 100 ranks in 4 races. That's about right because it's 25, almost 25 per loss. So I got bumped down right back into the 1100s. I'm still going to run these as far as I can. This again is a beatable car. Just have to drive right, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay. Now a little bit of lag there because he should have ran out on me much harder than that, or he just didn't launch as well. But again, that's a beatable car, so I take that win. I move back towards 1200, but I'm running out of gas here, so I may have to call this either way. Not my best run, but better. So 1211. I still have a few gas pips. Let's go ahead and burn them up and see if I run into another wave of fully elite cars or not. As long as I don't, I can possibly even squeeze my way up to 1300. So this is going to be very tight on 3 wins. I would have to say 4 wins. Oh, I'm not even getting a... So the game is hunting for opponents, which is not always a good sign. Let me... Oh well, too late. I was going to say, let me jump out. Rank 21. Okay, this is still winnable. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Winnable run. So I'm going to focus on shifting and everything right on point. And bam, got another win. So as long as it's not a fully elite car where you lead it past rank 30, I consider it a fair race because it comes back to shifting and getting the best run I can out of it. So I was able to get that. Now this is 2 wins to get to 1300. So I'm getting real tight here. 2 wins. Okay. Fingers crossed. Don't give me elite opponent. Come on, non-elite opponent. Rank 6. Okay. Winnable. Winnable doesn't mean you're going to win. There's a big difference between winnable and winning. All right. That was a late launch, but it looks like I'm edging ahead, so this is a possible win, and it is. Okay, so that's 1 more, and I got 1 to 2 races left, depending on how many trophies I get off of this win to get to that 1300. So again, I got knocked down 100 ranks. It kind of sucked, but within a few wins, you're back up to 1283. So 1 more win will push me past 1300 if I win. If I get an opponent I can actually beat. Okay, later. Let's go ahead and do this. Come on. Fingers crossed. No full elite ranking. And what do I get? Rank 6. This is winnable. Let's do this. Again, I'm pulling ahead right from get-go. That's always a good sign. Just focusing on shifting, and there it is, 1300. 1300, and we're going to go back and take a look, collect it, and see if it's an actual useful stage 6 where I get another duplicate or something worthless. Bam. Okay, awesome. Got it. Got to my goal for tonight. I am going to go back to garage. I'm going to go dig up my... Oh, and I ranked up. Excellent. I'm going to go dig up my M3, and I'm going to see if I actually got something good out of this or not. I think I have to collect it first, though. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. So collect these rewards, right? One of which is that... well, let's just claim it. All right. Somewhere in there should have been a M3 part. So let's go ahead and go to that M3. I know it's here somewhere. It's right there. Oh, and I didn't get it's duplicate. Haha. All that work, and guess what? Duplicate stage 6. You don't get anything new. Wasted your time. Not really. But this happens a lot. This is why I want to show you this, because this car was missing this and this stage 6 and that stage 6. So I have 3 I'm missing. I would have liked to have obtained any one of the 3. And obviously, I did not get that. I got a duplicate off of the Showdown. So, all right. Well, I'll have chances for 2 more through the season. So my dream of maxing this car out without spending keys, it's pretty much dashed. At this point, the only other 2 stage 6s I'll get is one from the PC Cup and one from that Crew Cup on the Friday after PC Cup starts. And that's assuming those 2 won't be duplicate. However, I do also have a chance for another stage 6 from the crates, because even free crates, you always have a statistical chance of getting one. So I got to keep my dream alive that I'm going to max this car by the end of the season. Do I really need a max? No. This car, while it's not bad, the LB M4 eats its lunch in every way. And the LB M4 is much easier to fully max than this car. They're about on par on performance, but the LB being M4 being a little bit better. So you're not missing out on much. All right, well, that is the Beta Elite Showdown for this season. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do leave a like if you liked the video. Do subscribe if you like my channel. Do hit that bell so you actually get notifications. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.